Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you just have to see the fundamentals of our life tonight. Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm moving my love. Yeah, when I wake up I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. Killing time, we got nowhere to be. You're sending messages I can't ignore. No contemplating, come here close to me. I'm bored at home, can't leave the house no more. But I've been looking at a photograph of you, and I've been thinking about all the ways you move. This isolation got me feeling like I'm losing my love. Yeah, when I wake up I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart. You, when I wake up I feel empty, not beside you. My whole life been searching just to find you. This quality, it hasn't got the right to keep us apart.
How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing real good.
Been friends since 1995. Growing up, same street, you, me, my ride or die. All the years they would grow us apart, yeah. Moved away, but you're still in my heart, yeah. Call you up, how you been? Can we play a rewind? Yeah, those other guys you choose, they don't care, no, like I do. I've been waiting on you. Oh, oh. I've been waiting on you for so long, and it's killing me to see you there with a broken heart. If you knew, I've been waiting on you. Oh, oh. I've been waiting on you, coming like a wrecking ball, crying on me, saying how they make you feel so small. When the rain couldn't get any clearer, I'm the one holding up all your mirrors, baby. Hurry up, back to me, why'd you ever move on, yeah. Yeah, you're making me confused. I'm the one that you should choose. I've been waiting on you. Oh, oh. I've been waiting on you for so long.
Good morning. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. I haven't been live like this in a while, so my setup is a little wonky for me. I was getting used to going live the other way. I thought I'd have an open panel if anybody wanted to come up and hang out with me and chit chat. Okay, good to see you. I will throw down a link if anybody wants to come on up and hang out with me. Okay, good. Hey, Crazy Chicken Lady. Glad you're back. Just thought I'd have an open panel and see if anybody wanted to come and hang out. They're working on our apartment building, so it's not like I can do anything outside our apartment, and payday is in a week. So, you have chickens everywhere. That sounds like fun. We have kittens everywhere. Kittens everywhere. Yeah, I don't know if you it looked like you had made a comment on the stuff that I was watching last night, which is a local case called PAZUZU Algarad. He was a self-proclaimed Satan worshiper turned serial killer, and I was sharing some stuff that had come up through my news feed. I'd covered him once before. One of his victims was a friend of Xander and Tina, if you guys know them from Predator Hunter Nation. Yeah, so I was going to have her on panel, and I just never got around to doing my part 2. So I got to looking at it yesterday. I thought maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do my part 2. And we rode by where it used to be. They flattened it. They've torn it all down. But we could watch some of that footage if nobody shows up to talk. We can watch a little bit of that footage if you're interested. You want to, since nobody's here, do you want to see some of it? It's pretty crazy. What I watched yesterday was footage of his mother, and I had always wanted to see her interviewed. And I'll give you a little bit of the backstory, and then I'll show you her interview. Again, this is PAZUZU Algarad out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Let me go pull this right up here. There's a whole like documentary series on Vice, but there was a whole lot of local footage also. If you want to see the, I think it's maybe 2 or 3 part series. It's Vice channel. It's called The Devil You Know. Suspected cannibal, murderer, serial killer, devil worshipper. Okay, let me go to the look inside PAZUZU Algarad's home. We'll do that first.
All right, let's do it. Okay. Well, this one will fail real quick.
Just on this part.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely unfit for human health. No drainage.
Let me know if you are able to see this, because my see if I can get my StreamYard to work. This is so annoying when the StreamYard crashes.
Well, this one.
Just on this part.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. It's definitely unfit for human health.
It's not one. Can y'all still hear me? I don't know, my StreamYard's a piece of shit, I tell ya. StreamYard sucks. Let's try this again. Trying it again.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
This is the inside of his house, and he lived with his mother. His feces all over the walls. He
Well,
had
this one will fail real
unalive
quick.
animals and had rituals in the
Just on
house.
this part.
Oh yeah, probably.
The
Yeah.
officer is heard
Yeah, it's
saying
definitely unfit for
he's
human
got a
health.
bad case of whatever the hell he's got, quote unquote. They said it was a schizoaffective disorder. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me,
No
if y'all can
drainage.
see this at all. He literally took over his mother's house.
Touch this.
Kind of low, I think, for you.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's get those. We'll get those rooms back there.
Like over here.
Look at that.
Step.
Jesus Christ.
Sir, did you buy cheese? Right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Is that thing dead?
No, it's alive. I think it's mold coming through the roof. Watch your step.
He was eating his
Okay.
victims.
Actually, you hadn't hit the worst part yet.
And one of them was a friend of Tina and Xander's. You'll see a little bit more here in a minute on the victims. I just wanted to show you the inside of his home. And they say when you look at someone's surroundings, that is an insight into their mind. Okay, so this, you're looking inside this
Any of my
man's
hoarding
mind.
cases will match with this one.
And this is the famous room.
That's his mother's room,
Huh?
the only
This is
clean
the famous
room.
in the house.
She said when he got suicidal as an adolescent, she just started letting him do whatever, and I understand that. I do. I understand that. Doing whatever they want just so they'll stay alive.
Give that
Let
room
me show you some
That
pictures
one,
of
yeah,
them.
I got it good.
Let's see, here we go. Right here's his mother. Hold on a second, let me get you this. I want to share the screen.
Before he died.
It was October 26th, 2015. From Central Prison in Raleigh,
Hey,
North
Kat, good to see
Carolina,
ya.
PAZUZU Algarad sent his mother Cynthia this letter.
He always said mom, of course, and Shakamuku, which means what's up in Arabic, and because I'm so bored. Got a letter from you and one from Amber. I despise the human race. People are ugly and pointless creatures. I sit back and watch them and they anger me. I should get a medal for murdering these stupid. Maybe when I'm dead, the gods
This is
of
about
chaos shall
PAZUZU
grant me the
Algarad
power.
Clemens,
I mean,
Winston-Salem, North
he was
Carolina
so
area.
hurt and angry.
This
you
is his
know.
mother being interviewed.
So how's things your way? When are you and Kim coming to see me again? Well, I'm hungry and tired, so I'll write you again here soon. I love you.
2 days later, he was dead, ruled a suicide. His cause of death, blood loss from a deep wound to a major blood vessel in his left arm. The autopsy revealing tattoos that had largely gone unseen to the public, some reading PAZUZU, Lucifer, Satan, Villain, 666, Joker, live fast and die. Today, PAZUZU's forensic evaluation from his accessory after-the-fact conviction is providing insight into how his mind functioned.
They're very sensational, these cases, but they're very rare.
Psychiatrist Dr.
They're going to go on to tell you when his mother remarried is when things started to go wrong. And that's when she left this man and got that house we were just looking at, and his mental health continued to deteriorate.
Phil Levine says PAZUZU's schizotypal personality disorder would have led him to experience unusual perceptual experiences, odd thinking or speech, to be suspicious, paranoid.
I can't connect up from a schizotypal personality structure to murders.
Levine says mental illness is a separate problem from people who become violent.
This case is much different, I think. It's a real outlier.
Adding he wouldn't respond to medications.
He had alcohol problems for a long time, and then he started getting into methamphetamines, which is not likely to help him, but to make his anxiety issues worse.
Do you think there are other people like him out there?
There are. They're not common.
I feel like I failed him. I feel like I failed him. I feel like, I mean, I would give him the world.
Do y'all think she
Today,
did?
Pazuzu's remains are in Cynthia's living room.
I think that I loved him too much, and then, you know, I said, okay, whatever you want to do.
Less than an hour away,
She said she
Her
loved
daddy
him
was a
so
stallion
much
named
she let him
Rolling
do
Stone.
whatever he
Stacy
wanted
Carter,
to do.
lit by a golden hue,
do y'all think of
dragonflies
that?
representing transformation circling overhead,
It's just recent they've appeared, and I don't know why.
reflects on the day she learned Pazuzu had killed himself.
I didn't really feel much, honestly. I wasn't surprised. I never knew the guy.
The day she met Pazuzu's mother.
I don't think she's evil. I think things got out of hand. She lost control, and then she was terrorized. She was powerless.
The day she met the father of her child.
And we just started talking, and it was just like, I mean, just magnetic.
And on the back of a peaceful creature,
My life's work has become about horses and teaching people, giving people that opportunity.
she hopes people will learn
I would like to see prevention.
from what led to her now 15-year-old son having to grow up without a father at the hands of a man who fancied himself a mythical beast.
You take somebody like Pazuzu and you can blow him off and you can say, you know what, he's a loser. You know, he's a loser, who cares? But if we
He's
don't
still
help
in our society.
and do
though.
something in those situations, it affects everybody.
Michael Hennessy, Fox 8 News.
Yeah, you can't just chalk it up to
Amber
it
Birch
being,
and Crystal Matt.
I would love to discuss how y'all feel about what she said. She felt like it was her fault that those people are not here anymore because she got to the point where she just let him do whatever he wanted to, and she said herself, I turned a blind eye to it all. She lived under the same roof as him while he was unaliving and eating people. This is in my hometown. If you want to see the whole documentary, it's on Vice. Let's watch this one. Okay, this is going to talk about his formative years. Obviously he's under, you'll see. Just watch.
This is the Pazuzu Algarad you know.
How did we not know? That's what people, you know, how did the neighbors not smell anything?
The so-called devil worshiper, addict, murderer who left the bodies of two men to rot in his backyard in Clemens.
He would eat the heart of it and then burn the flesh of the rabbit.
This is John Alexander Lawson. He and Pazuzu are different, but the same, because they're the same person.
Little Johnny was not right, and everybody knew it.
John Alexander Lawson was born in San Francisco, California in December of 1978, raised primarily by his mother, Cynthia, who took pictures of her baby in the bathtub, smiling with his straight blonde hair and piercing blue eyes, dressed up like a cowboy, hat and all.
Well, he was in the Cub Scouts and I was a den leader.
Cynthia was raised in Forsyth County. Having graduated from Parkland High School, the pair moved back to North Carolina when John was 2. For years, they were a normal family. He was a normal boy. With his blue Royals jersey and bat on his knee, his golden locks flowing in the wind.
And he just kind of, no more sports.
Cynthia says she first noticed a change in her son when she remarried. The pair and his new stepfather, Johnny, moved into the home on
See
Navajo
right there?
Drive in Clemens. But John and Johnny didn't
When she married the stepdad.
always get along, and John became a recluse.
I told Johnny that I wanted to just maybe I can work with him.
The couple separated, and neighbors say that's when they started seeing John outside again.
And we had so much fun. I mean, he always made me laugh.
Where he was rarely seen was at school.
2008, when it was really obvious that he had changed.
He'd repeated 2nd grade and 9th when he dropped out.
Yeah, and that's basically because he didn't go to school. It wasn't because he failed, he just didn't go to school.
His appearance shifted. The long locks were shaved off. His dress became more gothic.
He was wanting to
That's
hang
his
out with people
mother.
that I didn't want him to hang out with.
She brought him to what was then the Reynolds Health Center on Highland Avenue, but he wasn't there long.
I think that I loved him too much, and then, I said, okay, whatever you want to do.
Then he started searching for ways to change how he saw the world.
Did y'all hear that? Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all hear what she says right here one more time.
Is to change how he saw the world, with a forensic evaluation showing he started regularly consuming alcohol at age 13.
There was this one guy that was doing meth and got John into doing that, and I don't know if I just turned a blind eye or...
Soon he
She
further
turned a
changed the way
blind
the
eye.
world saw him. He legally changed his name from John Lawson to PAZUZU Algarad. Pazuzu, a demon featured in The Exorcist.
She just turned a blind eye to his bad
Cynthia
behavior.
says he didn't worship the devil, instead, a dragon, as she put it, named Tiamat. Homemade tattoos on his face developed from this to this to this. He filed his teeth to points.
But that was one
He
of the first
filed
ones
his
he
teeth
did, and you
down.
can just see the anger come.
He filed his teeth down to point and gnawed at his artery in his wrist, and that's how he unalived himself while he was in prison.
Coming out.
In February of 2006, at the age of 27,
chewed his own
Pazuzu went to
wrist.
Daymark Recovery Services. Records show he was diagnosed with agoraphobia, an anxiety disorder centered around fearing or avoiding places that might cause you to feel panic. He left after 2 months, then returned again in October of 2008. Within the next year is when Cynthia says she was in the home as Pazuzu and his spiritual wife, Amber Birch, killed Joshua Wetzler and Tommy Dean Welch.
I went back to my bedroom. I thought, what am I going to do? Okay. Well, gosh, in the state he's in, he might shoot me. I don't think he would.
What would you do if
he's had
this was
plenty
your
of
child?
opportunities
This
to
was
kill
your
me if he wanted to.
teenager. And again,
No,
one of
no,
these
that's
one of
okay.
these victims was Tina and Xander's friend. Tell me, I want to hear this one more time.
There
was this one guy that was doing meth and got John into doing that, and I don't know if I just turned a blind eye or...
Soon he further changed the way the world saw him. He legally changed his name from John Lawson to PAZUZU Algarad. Pazuzu, a demon featured in The Exorcist. Cynthia says he didn't worship the devil, instead, a dragon, as she put it, named Tiamat. Homemade tattoos on his face developed from this to this to this. He filed his teeth to points.
But that was one of the first ones he did, and you can just see the anger coming out.
In February of 2006, at the age of 27, Pazuzu went to Daymark Recovery Services. Records show he was diagnosed with agoraphobia, an anxiety disorder centered around fearing or avoiding places that might cause you to feel panic. He left after 2 months, then returned again in October of 2008. Within the next year is when Cynthia says she was in the home as Pazuzu and his spiritual wife,
Kat,
Amber
the
Birch,
answer's
killed
yes.
Joshua Wetzler and Tommy Dean Welch.
I went back to my bedroom. I thought, what am I going to do? Okay. Well, gosh, in the state he's in, he might shoot me. I don't think he would. He's had plenty of opportunities to kill me if he wanted to.
Okay, well, I can't, fathom Here we go. Let me, we want this on a video. This on video. No. I want to see this on video. I want to show y'all what they said about how he took his own life. Okay, hold on. Death. Yes, right here we go. All right. Now, again, I have covered this if you want part one. It's about a year ago. And I want to show you about how he. Let's do. Okay. Let's see if this does. I don't know if this is the one I've already showed you or not, but we'll see. If this isn't the right one, I'll play another one.
This one was 2 days before he died.
It was
Yeah. Let me find the one where they talk about the details. Here we go. Dang, why is this computer moving so slow? Okay. Where is it about the suicide? Well, how odd. Give me 2 seconds. My computer doesn't like me looking this dude up. I should have saged first. All right, I'm just going to read it then and I'll share the screen. I would have thought there'd been a darn video about this. Can y'all see that? I'll read it to you. Can let me know if you can see it. It says, devil worshiper who ate parts of his murder victims before burying them in shallow graves in his backyard, found dead in his prison cell and apparent suicide. Satanist killer PAZUZU Algarad, 36, died in prison early that morning, which was October 28th, 2015. Authorities believe he committed suicide in his jail cell at 3 a.m. He was awaiting trial for the murder of found buried in his garden. Friend claimed Algarad told everyone he ate parts of the bodies before burying them in shallow graves in 2009. Mother of one of the victims said devil worshiper to coward church is awaiting trial, charged with one murder. She's already been charged and is already a Satanist killer who allegedly ate parts of his murder victims before burying them in his backyard. Was found dead in his prison cell in apparent suicide. Prison workers found the self-proclaimed devil worshiper unresponsive in his cell with a wound to his arm. The North Carolina Department of Public Safety said Algarad, who was being held in a central prison in Raleigh, appeared to have committed suicide. Police arrested Algarad and charged him with murder in October last year. This is an old article, so this is dated. I want to tell you how they say he did it. bones in the property. The home has since been demolished. These are the victims here. Tommy Dean Welch on the left, 36. Joshua Frederick Wetzler on the right. This is the man's backyard that they were found in these shallow graves. And North Carolina in 2009. These were the two women that were involved. Amber Birch on the left and Crystal Nicole Matlock on the right were charged in accessory. When police searched the home, they found a virtual sea of trash, animal feces, and other protrusions within walls, utterly covered in pentagrams and depictions of the devil. The squalid scene lay behind a door covered in skulls and arcane symbols. Algarad was moved to the prison he died in back in May. This is a dated article. If you want to see this is from WGHP News. These photographs. The home was located in Clemens, North Carolina. Algarad was originally called John Lawson, but his mother changed his name to PAZUZU after the devil that possessed the girl in the film The Exorcist. He gnawed his main artery in his wrist. According to state records, Algarad was on probation at the time the bodies were found. Bianca Heath claimed she lived with Algarad for a month in 2005 and that he had spoken of the bones in his backyard. She told the Huffington Post, Paz told everyone, but I never believed him. I'm sure no one else believed him either. He laughed about the skeletal remains when telling the story on why he did what he did. Heath said Algarad told her he picked up two prostitutes at two separate locations before he killed and ate them, burying the remains in a fire pit before burying the rest. In 2011, Birch was accused of slapping Algarad's mother in the face and attempting to choke her. She is described as Algarad's wife on Facebook. Pretty crazy stuff, isn't it? This is what happens when you turn a blind eye and you leave society to deal with it. Well, what are y'all's thoughts on all that there? This says two. More than one is serial. He bragged of others, but I don't know if there was proof of it. And they just weren't charging him with those. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the documentary on Vice. It's been a long time. Yeah, I would love some, man. I'm like, I'll fall asleep in here. Nothing like a good Satan worship story to put you right to sleep.
He's the second Lawson murderer from here.
Yeah, Charlie Lawson.
Yeah.
I think he should have had some serious mental health. I know, right? She took him one time, got him meds, and then never. He said he felt like a zombie on the meds. Maybe I have too much on my computer. Oh man, it's acting stupid. Let's see what else I can find you on this dude. This is what I want to see right here. 1 second, let me see if I can. Will it let me share it? Is that share screen? I don't know if it's gonna do this. I will certainly.
In my opinion, in something like this, when somebody's so heinous and takes the lives of two innocent people and then commits suicide in jail, he, in a sense, robs the victims' families and loved ones of justice because they want justice. You know, their son was shot in the
Yeah,
back of the head,
he
cowardly
definitely wanted to be
executed,
possessed, though. He called upon
and
them,
now the
begging
person
them
that
to
did
enter
it
him.
cheated him out of justice because he killed himself. You know, Amber.
It will be interesting to hear
I
the
think she should have got
girls' side
life.
of the
I
story.
mean, she was part of the Wexler murder and also Tommy. I don't think she ought to see the light of day. Pazuzu deserved a more, in my humble opinion, a worse death than what he got.
Do I think they got what they deserved? No, because somebody was dead. It didn't have to happen. They tried to cover it up. That should never occurred.
Yeah.
This was somebody that had
Yeah.
a disability,
One of them's
couldn't
already
see,
out and committed more crimes
really
and
didn't
gone
have
back
any
in.
friends,
The Crystal,
and
what's her name?
thought he was just going back to a house to listen to music and have a few drinks, and then ended up dead that night in the park in Yadkin County.
I mean, in a way, Pazuzu killing himself, justice was served. He gave himself the death penalty, and that's one way to resolve it, and so I hate it for, that this person, um, before who he became, this person that he was, that's where it went and that's how it ended. And I just want to say to that, I think there was probably a point in his life when he was a young kid where it could have been recognized that he was going
has an
down a
awful
certain
lot of
road and that
compassion.
he had some mental illness, some issues that needed to be resolved. I've talked to his mother.
I can't help but feel like Something went on under that roof when she took on a new husband.
I
There.
know that she, tried to get help for
And
him,
she
but didn't have the
felt
money to pay
guilty
out of
about
pocket,
it.
and so stopped the services.
She admitted
And
to turning a blind eye because she didn't know how to handle it. What else had she turned a blind eye to because she didn't know how to handle it? So there you go. I'll blame her. I always blame the mom. Sorry, but I blame myself for how things turned out in my life. I blame me. Nobody else made those choices but me. And I was charged with the responsibility of several people's lives, and I made negative impacts on them when I should have been more mature and been a better influence. I hold myself responsible for all my mistakes. Amen.
This is something that I think is a serious issue that we need to address in our country as a whole, is identifying mental illness and treating it before it's too late, because there comes a point of no return, and I think Pazuzu got way past that point, but there was a time.
This is the wife of one of them. In my opinion, she's being extremely graceful to Cynthia Lawson. Hey, Angie, good to see you. We're talking about the Pazuzu Algarad story at Clemens. Thank God you didn't need anyone. My point is being the mom of that, and that it annoys me when I hear mothers like Miss Jackson, Michael Jackson's mother, and how they lived in a 700 square foot house with 9 children, and he was allegedly, according to the children, molesting all of them. How did you not hear that? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think that turning a blind eye is comfortable because you're a weak female, and I have no respect for weak females because I had to be a tough bitch from a very early age. So you have to be a tough bitch too. I didn't get any, passes, so you don't either. We are charged with the responsibility on this planet to be good, responsible role models, and maternally. That's our responsibility. We don't get to turn a blind eye. There should be no such thing, because it's not society's responsibility to clean up your mess because it was too icky for you to read a damn book and figure out how to fix it. It's not society's responsibility to fix your fuck ups. It's the mom's responsibility to fix it. I don't have any respect for a weak female. I'm just talking about the female aspect of it, because we're not talking about Pazuzu's father right now. I don't know what that dynamic was. Clearly, it was traumatic. Clearly, it was, because we all know statistics say and studies prove that when a child in adolescence harms an animal to the point of unaliving, what he was doing, that is sexual trauma. So that's what she was turning a blind eye to. In my opinion, when y'all are talking about liability, I feel like, just like the Goldmans did with OJ, she should have been sued civilly, in my opinion, because she let that menace of society that she spawned create so much havoc in our community. One of the girls has already been out, gotten in trouble, and gone back in. So I have no respect for a weak ass female. I had to stand up to grown ass men towering over me with weapons in their hand. And if my 5'5" ass can do it, so can you. I just have no respect for a woman that won't fight for herself, won't stand up for herself, doesn't go her own way. It burns me up. I'll go with the flock for a short bit, then I always go off on my own beaten path. Always. That's the gypsy in me. We'll continue.
Time where maybe he could have been helped.
In court, Amber Birch's attorney argued that in a lot of ways, Amber Birch was trapped in what was described as a very abusive relationship.
Okay, guys. This is going to be real harsh today. Okay? If you don't like it, turn it off. I really don't care. If I can't make this point, then I might as well just shut down, turn off all the lights, and go to bed. In 2024, that statement could not be more bullshit. Nobody is stuck any damn where. That is a figment of imagination. That is delusional thoughts. There are so many organizations, so many churches, so many people. The internet is your ticket out. You type help me, period. That's it. I don't want to hear I'm stuck, I'm trapped. That is a cop out. That is bullshit. In 2024, that's a cop out. There's too many agencies, too many resources out here for women and men. Been there, done it.
And that she may have been just manipulated. As far as PAZUZU, we'll never know. He's dead and gone. So we can't ask him what it was that caused him to kill Tommy Welch.
In 2024, if a woman is in an abusive relationship, she wants to be in that relationship.
That caused him to
Sadomasochism.
or to help in killing Tommy Welch,
Some
or to
people
kill Joshua
like
Wexler, or to be involved in
abusive
Joseph Chandler's death.
relationships. It's an
We'll never
adrenaline
know.
rush.
I will say that there were questions about, again, how do we deal with mental health? It raises questions as to what is really happening with people. We may not necessarily know the community as well as we think we do. We may think that we live in a particular kind of bubble where certain things can't happen. And this probably shattered a lot of people's myths about what they believe their community actually is like.
Okay, the reason he's talking about that is because it happened in a suburbia area. This was not inner city. This was in a very sought after part of this area. Good schools, good neighbors, good churches. all Americana, hot dogs, and apple pie. That's why he's talking about pretty much making a classist statement there.
Throughout, detectives Chenault told me about the investigation they was getting and the information they got on Crime Stoppers. Reports coming in that someone was shot and killed and dismembered in the basement of PAZUZU's home and buried in his backyard. Well,
okay, I'm going to stop right there. This is on Oxygen True Crime. It's a snapped episode. Let's see, this one's PAZUZU Algarad. Denies police request to search his backyard for the bodies of Tommy Welch and Josh Waltzler. So looks like they got a whole episode on it too. This one is 15 minutes long. I'm going to have to go to the beginning after the show is over. This sounds like an interesting case. Yes, it is. I've covered it before, and I was going to do a part 2 and just never got around to it because I wanted to interview Tina and Xander. One of the victims was one of their friends, and it popped up in my in your like suggested things to watch. And so I had never seen footage of Mom, Cynthia Lawson. And so I watched it and I thought I would just go ahead and share it with you guys. And so you'll see that Debbie in the beginning. And why I'm kind of fired up. She admits to turning a blind eye as he did this under the same roof as her. Just continued to make excuses for his poor behavior and ignored it. It was happening right outside her bedroom door. Just incredible. Hey, No Fear, good to see you. So I'll play a little bit of this, and this is what he says. He's denying the police the request to search the backyard.
nobody was willing to go on the record for this, which stops you from being able to get a probable cause search warrant to go to the residence and do a proper search. When you have something like that, basically you can go to the door and knock and ask to come in, but people, you have the right to say no. You have the right to refuse. That's part.
So apparently, PAZUZU Algarad denies police request to search his backyard for the bodies of Tommy Welch and Josh Wetzler. I guess this was the first attempt they went out there. He's talking about
Your constitutional rights. The thing I experienced throughout this investigation, and Forsyth County also experienced, was friends of Mr. Wetzler were demanding something be done, but refusing to go on the record. But this is the United States, and people have rights. And unless you got probable cause, which is information that would reasonably lead a person to believe something, and you can back that probable cause up with information and statement from a person, you're not getting a search warrant. You're not going in that home unless.
wow, that's interesting to know. Well, okay, the blonde, the one that claimed to be his wife, they all went to jail, but the brunette has gotten out and back in. She like did her time for her involvement, got out and got in trouble again and went back in. Crazy lady. You're funny.
Unless the person says, sure, come in. That was not the case
This
with
guy
Forsyth
seems like
County.
he's nice
And
guy, don't he?
their hands were
I
tied
bet
just
this
like
was
mine. So,
devastating when he
of
finally did go in
course,
there.
detectives went out to PAZUZU's house and knocked and asked for consent to search, and which he politely told them no. And
Damn.
well, the only thing you can do there is, if he says no, you gotta back out. You gotta leave. But you store the information and you keep trying to build a case. When asked about the allegations that were been told about him, he totally denied them. He said they were false accusations. He'd never killed anybody, and there was no body buried in his backyard, and told officers that they were not welcome to come into his residence,
Wow. Can't
which is
believe he
his
was
right.
ballsy like
The only
that.
thing you can do, and what I did, from when I started my investigation in 2010 till the end of this thing in 2014, is every day I hope maybe this will be the day I'll get that information that'll break this case. You don't give up. You never give up. Not on something like this. Every day in this. Criticize. It's easy to sit back and armchair quarterback. Why didn't the police do this? Why didn't the police do that? The laws of the state are very clear, and the Constitution is very clear. You got to walk that line.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack.
Okay, well, that's on Oxygen True Crime. This is the problem our judicial system. People might be getting out of prison for most of the crimes committed. That's amen. That's amen. Hey, SDA, good to see you. Oh no, sending prayers. You're right. They get institutionalized, don't they, crazy chicken lady? Amen. That's true. This whole story though, it touches so many aspects. You've got the religion part of it. You've got the obvious mental health issue part of it. You've got the socioeconomic aspect of it. You've got, um, the liability with the mother. And what about the friends that were coming in and out of there? That there were people, when you go watch the Vice documentary on it. Yeah, man, I went and partied with him. For real, yeah. Like, I mean, you could, like, shit on the floor if you wanted to, man. She didn't get mad at all. She was super cool like that. That's like what one of the dudes was like that they interviewed. He was like, yeah, if I wanted to, like, go piss in the corner, I could. It was like that. It was really awesome. That's what he said. Anyway, so that's two great channels to go finish watching. That's if you wanted to. You won $800. What? What did you do? A scratch off? Did you do scratch offs? All right. Woo! SCA. The Special Diva Award. SDA. Special Diva. On pick 4. That's awesome. That's awesome. I know. Could you imagine bragging? Yeah, man, my mom's super cool. She lets me piss and shit wherever I want. For real. I can, like, boil and eat my friends. And it's alright. She's far out. That was satire. Just to the complete idiocy of, you know, the way some people see things. We're regressing. We're not progressing. We're regressing. We're going backwards. Going backwards. We're going to be wearing like loincloths again soon. I just feel it. So how are y'all doing? Was that a wacky enough story for you guys? These are a good brand of gummies if you would like to tip me with these. Feel free to order them and just ship them right to me. There's also some on my wish list. Feel free to tip me. My mother-in-law can win. That's awesome. I think it's 2. They say more, but they were prosecuting for 2. He bragged there were more. He bragged about it, but nobody took him seriously because he was such a little guy. Nobody took him seriously. My husband, he used to work at the pawn shop, and he would see this couple downtown. I did too. They would wear these long dusters, you know, like they wore back in the Columbine days. And they both had dreadlocks, and they stunk. Stunk bad. They hung out like downtown, you know what I'm saying? And
Amber was previously convicted of hoarding and starting.
she was she was a horse hoarder and abuser. Amber Birch was. Yeah, let me see if I can find you some more information on that Amber Birch. Hold on a minute, because she there it is. Spice. Oh, this is the video. It is. Okay, let me share the screen. Is it Sharon?
New details about the girlfriend of the self-proclaimed devil worshiper PAZUZU Algarad. Amber Birch will spend the next 30 years in prison. This morning, she pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, robbery with a dangerous weapon, and accessory after the fact of first-degree murder. Birch and her boyfriend, PAZUZU Algarad, were both arrested back in 2014. They were accused of killing 2 men in 2009, then burying them in the backyard of their house in Clemens. You remember the house, the so-called House of Horrors. Police released this video showing trash and feces and carcasses throughout the rooms. The walls even covered in graffiti and satanic pictures. After their arrest, PAZUZU was later found dead in his prison cell. Investigators ruled his death as an apparent suicide. Officials say one of their friends, Crystal Matlock, also helped cover up the murders. That case is still pending. She is charged with accessory after the fact to murder.
I'm gonna play this one more time because it goobered up on me. Hold on a minute, let me play it again. It goobered up on me. See if it'll let me go back. Will it?
At Miracle Heights Adventures, we engage groups in experiential learning activities that embody the spirit of adventure, build resilience, and empower collective success. For the public, We provide a range of team building opportunities for nonprofits, corporate, and educational groups. Contact the Miracle Heights Adventures team today to learn more about how we're building resilience through adventure.
I just want to hear this one more time because I didn't get to hear the beginning good. Is it going to let me play it?
We are 3 days away from the NFL draft, so what direction are the Buccaneers?
Damn it. Amber Birch. Amber Birch. Videos. Let's see. WY. Who's another news outlet? Here, this is episode 25 on Snapped. Let me watch it. No. Let me see. Where will it let me watch it? Yeah, that's where I want to see it. Will it let me show it?
Off script, Brittany. Imagine waking up every morning to this. Today, we're in North Wales exploring the quirky and eccentric town that is Port Merion.
Port Merion's like no place I've ever been before.
I know, right? So magical.
Clemens is a place in Winston-Salem where everyone goes to church, everyone identifies with the church. So he became the devil. He became a quote-unquote Satanist. Even the name Pazuzu, I mean, come on, it's the name of the demon in The Exorcist. What is the biggest, scariest thing? It's Satan. It's the devil, El Diablo, the fallen one, Lucifer, Pazuzu. I mean, these people believe in this stuff. Lawson trolled pop culture and kind of came up with this persona. It's a little mixture of Manson, throw in a little Anton LaVey, a little 1980s heavy metal, you know, 666 type stuff, and there you go.
Okay, now this one is titled, this is Meeting the Fiancés of Satanist Murderer PAZUZU ALGARAD. Devil You Know on Vice TV. It's dated March 3rd, 2021.
And then when 9/11 came, he put on the jihadi mask. It was as if he was trying to be what people are afraid of. You know, made him powerful. And it seems like there were some young women who were particularly susceptible to his persona.
PAZUZU dated a lot of girls, and he apparently had sex with a lot more.
Okay, y'all, that means there's hope for you guys.
I think the majority of his power came from the same place, the same reason that we were all there. That little bit of darkness that we all kind of gravitated towards.
All of his women are very young, and a lot of them are going through terrible times.
Okay, now this is the one that Amber Birch, she was the main fiance, wife, whatever. Most time between the two girls. And she had already gotten charged with hoarding horses and animal abuse.
Amber Birch is the best example. You know, I mean, here's a girl who's just out of high school. She hooks up with Pazuzu, and a few short months later, she's helping him dispose of a body. But why? What was it about Pazuzu that these women would sacrifice their futures for him?
When I first met Pazuzu, he told me that he was the gatekeeper of hell. He had this thing called fiancés. He had several women followers, Dixie, Crystal, Amber, and he called them his fiancés. That term has always stuck with me, fiancés.
What a wackadoodle, y'all, for real. Is this shrooms? How do you get to there? How do you get this crazy? Is it shrooms? Is it the frontal lobe or the side?
He had the sense of power.
Power of fear. That's where I think Pazuzu derived most of his power from.
Pazuzu would tell me all these crazy stories about, hurting and maiming people. I'd look at him and just be like, okay, buddy, sure you did. You sure do.
The first time I met them, I drove Amber, or Bubbles, and Pazuzu home. When I saw their front door,
That's the dude who thought it was just cool that he could just go take a piss over in a corner. His mom was like, okay.
that's when I knew something was highly wrong. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to leave immediately. But they asked me to stay and watch a home video of theirs. The video was of Pazuzu and Bubbles dancing around naked. Bubbles lying on a bed in one scene.
He was going on some damn magic carpet rides. I want to make sure when I'm out picking my rug, I'm getting the right brand. What kind of fucking brand of rug are you riding on, dude?
Doing inappropriate things to herself.
Oh man, are you on some synthetic shit?
I knew the video made me nauseous. It was intense. Pazuzu in one shot had a knife and a bloody bandana on his head.
Exactly.
Apparently, it was Josh's.
I'm so glad y'all are having a sense of humor about this. Because exactly, does that not show? That screams North Kakalaki, doesn't it? It's like, what do you mean I'm gonna be interviewed? I don't need to like put a shirt on doing. Nah, man, just sit up. Okay, I can do that.
Bandana, from what I was told by everyone that hung out with him, they had trapped him in a basement.
Just sit up. Okay.
And they had starved him for days. And either before or after they shot him, they cut off his extremities, his arms and his legs and his penis. And they buried him in pieces. Crystal was proud to tell everyone she knew.
Okay. Now, do you think that the mother should have been held civilly responsible, liable? I know that the county or whatever, they flattened the house. And I'm guessing that property paid off lawyer fees, right? I agree with y'all. I feel like mom got off. I don't know. And where's dad? I agree. It infuriates me. She probably was state's witness, right? She held a lot of information. Again, this is meeting the fiancés of a Satanist murderer. On Vice channel, VICE. They've got I mean, the narrator is awesome, as you could hear. He's got a really good you were able to drive again on day 4. I hear that. Okay, let's press play again. Here we go.
That she was involved.
He had spoken to me on several occasions that he had killed homeless people and done a whole bunch of other people really badly, shot a few people, stabbed a few people. There was never any proof to my knowledge of any of these things happening. I just thought that he was trying to look cool. I was there hanging out and Paz told me, hey, I got a person in my basement. Okay, cool, whatever, dude. It's not my problem. I was told if a person comes out of the basement, don't let them go.
No one ever made a sound. No one ever knocked on a door. No one ever did anything. I was told that there was a person in the basement.
What do you think about him? Do you remember when I said not only, did the women know, but there were parties and he told people, here's one of them. Do you think that he should have been held with some sort of responsibility, 9 months to a year because he was a gatekeeper? They told him to watch the basement door. If anybody came to and tried to get out, don't let them out. Would you do that for a friend? Hey man, I'm gonna go get me a pack of cigarettes and some beer. Will you watch the basement door? If anybody tries to, I don't know, knock on the door and get out, don't let them run. That can't be. How exactly? Thank you. Yes. That's you gotta that you can't you knew. He told you. He just said. Yeah, he told me there were some people in the basement. Yeah, he told me that he was holding some people in the basement. Told me to watch the door. I'm gonna back this up just a little bit.
Or did anything. I was told that there was a person in the basement. I said, sure. If they come out of the basement, I'll make sure they don't leave. Clearly thinking that they're full of shit. Pazuzu looked at me, grabbed a very large knife. It was more or less a sword, but he said, I've done something. He didn't say what he had done. He said, you're going to help me dig this hole or I'm going to kill you.
What do y'all think of that? Hmm? He really did say it to him, though. Dude, help me move this rolled up piece of carpet. For real. And you don't think that you should have, like, I don't know, called 911? I don't know. Maybe, gotten your friends some mental help and helped the victims that were being held? Who's thinking clearly here? Are these shrooms? What's going on here? I think he was living on the couch. He was living on their couch. I guess he turned state's witness too, though. Y'all have to go watch it over on Vice and see. There's a good plug for their channel, right? Oh, it's a crazy ass case, man. It's crazy. And then they said that he was doing all kinds of weird stuff when he got behind bars. Pooping and eating himself and stuff like that. Just weird. Now, when they say we're not gonna monetize this, Miss Gypsy, okay? You understand me? And I say, yeah, but I think I want a human to watch it. And he comes back and he goes, now and you said that about eating this shit. You weren't gonna monetize it. You just wanted somebody to watch it. I'm guilty. Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. You're not gonna give it to me. Okay, that's cool. What is it called? Ask for a human viewing. Right, honey? Come on, that's funny. You know it. What else can we talk about? Anybody want to come up and talk? Yeah, well, definitely was. Yes, it took, I think they said 4 years. Yeah, y'all have to check that out over there on Vice and Oxygen. Both of them have specials on it. There's a whole lot of footage on it that's crazy, man. Right here in my hometown. Are you serious? That's reusing our own content. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Well, I guess I'm gonna go have my lunch. The videos she makes and plays in the background. I use pictures. It's too hard to make backgrounds that move. I just use pictures I like. I hope y'all have a good afternoon. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Buy a membership. Buy a membership to Gypsy.
I don't think we have anything for you. You're obviously in the wrong place. Please leave.
Bada bing, bada boom. Get over here. Get out of here.
Go, Monty, go, 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 go! He's got green grass in front of him. He's at the 5. Touchdown! Woo!
You're so beautiful, so classic. You're so